We've come a long ways since our first business, CyMat Technologies, and that was in 1990. And so we're looking at 30 years of a lot of different activities and developments and challenges and so forth. But here we are today. We've produced a product called Mentanine to help people with mental health ailments, such as anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. So you may ask, how did we get here? Well, we started out, I met Richard Raciniak 30 years ago. We created a new company called CyMat Technologies, fabrication company, and then we commercialized an aluminum foam technology, and we're working on several projects that environmentally friendly. That was very dear to our heart to help the environment, and so everything we did was revolved around that. And then we semi-retired in 2002, and got bored, and so we have to do something, and so we created CannaQuest. It was a different name at the time. It was Algae Dynamics, actually. Same company, but we changed the company name to CannaQuest Medical Corp. And so what happened is that we were focusing on algae, and we're working with Professor Kirsten Mueller, professor at the University of Waterloo in the biology building, and we learned all about algae for biofuels and all that good stuff. And Richard even built a bioreactor in the basement of the biology building. And we learned all about that. And then as we dug in deeper, we realized the economics weren't there. It wasn't viable. And as we dug deeper, we learned about omega-3s that are derived from algae, in particular DHA and EPA. And we learned about the health benefits for the mind, for your eyes, for overall well-being, inflammation, and so forth. And a gentleman, a colleague of ours from New York, asked us if we would consider extracting oil from cannabis. And this would have been about 5.5 years ago. And so we looked into it, and we realized it's a lot easier. That's Rich's the processing specialist, and we learned about it's easier to extract oil from cannabis versus versus algae. So we were introduced, or we found a professor, Linda Parker. She's a professor formerly from UBC. She had a lab in Ontario with the University of Guelph, and she was doing research in cannabis and so forth. We met with her, and we asked, who is the #1 scientist in Canada to develop a medicinal product derived from cannabis? And she said, Dr. Stephen Laviolette, a professor and neuroscientist at Western University. She said, he's your man. Well, we put together a presentation, and we presented, and we didn't know how he would receive us, and we presented such that we would like to incorporate omega-3s, DHA, EPA, into a formulation combined with the cannabinoids, THC and/or CBD. And Dr. Laviolette embraced our approach, our appreciation of the scientific approach to the cannabis space. His mandate was develop formulated products. He came up with an amazing discovery, actually 2, but the primary one we're talking about today is the formulation to produce this product. Dr. Stephen Laviolette has 30 years experience dealing with cannabinoids, and he has a team of 13 scientists. 5 years later, this is our product, and this is going to make a difference to help people.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.